What is up, everybody? This is Iberic Cards, and welcome back to another episode of Cardboard Talks. And today, we are going to be talking about what I've been up to in the hobby, what the hobby world has been up to, and our upcoming releases. Next week, we're going to have a very exciting interview, so look forward to that. This week, though, you've just got me. So have fun, hang on for the ride, and enjoy, and hopefully this is something you guys can throw on in the background to stay up to date on what the channel, myself, and the hobby world is getting up to. This week I've been up to some sourcing with a friend of mine who I'll be doing shows with. We went out and sourced in Branson, Missouri yesterday, and for those of you who don't know, it's about an hour north of the Springfield, Missouri area. It's known to have a lot of shows. I call it a miniature Vegas, but it's not really because there's no gambling or anything like that. It's where a lot of people who were famous at one point now have shows, essentially. So that is where we went, and it's definitely interesting out there. We went to an antique store that out of the whole entire huge thing had one case of cards, and it was extremely expensive. I'm talking $100 for an LA or Montana rookie in not so great condition. $6 plus for any auto or jersey, whether they are big named or not. So unfortunately, no purchases there. From there, we went to a place on the landing where we also made no purchases. It seemed as though the owner was not running the shop that day, and every card question I had could not be answered by an employee for cheap slabs or to work out deals or anything like that. After that, we went to a phenomenal LCS that is fairly new, about 6 to 7 months new, and it is called Jocks and Socks. Really interesting cards, and they sell socks. They're in a small little shopping center that honestly transforms you into another world. You don't think about the fact that you're outside. I mean, it looks like a quaint little village almost, with just, there was a tea shop, a bakery, a toy place, and then we had Jocks and Socks. And we were there for over an hour in this small shop that is probably no bigger than my living room in my one-bedroom apartment. And it is honestly one of the best LCSs I can honestly say I've ever been to. The individual working there that day had a passion and a love for the hobby that was just evident and clear. They knew their stuff, and they were even willing to make deals with us. My friend and I who were there ended up looking at a couple of items. I looked into a Mickey Mantle relic of a bat card out of Sterling. It was out of 199, so more common than I was hoping. And they had 100 on that, and then they had an each row PSA 7 rookie, which they had 40 on. I was able to get both of those, 140 sticker for 85, saving about 60%, while my friend got a ton of slabs, some for the PC, some to sell at a future show, also saving about 60%. We discussed breaks, we discussed sports, the hobby, our teams, and it was overall just a really good, genuine, nice experience. Other than that, I've been looking a lot on eBay, at Twitter stack sales and things like that for relics and autos that I've been able to get for $1. And you guys can do this too because it's super easy. Go to your eBay, do $2 or less, free shipping, and accept best offer, and send out a ton of $1 offers if you're interested in doing something like what I'm doing. You can get countless relics, numbered relics, autos for $1. Now, are they going to be no-namers? Yes, but every now and again, you get someone semi-decent. I've got a bat relic, I believe, of a Red Sox Hall of Famer coming in. I've got a Ryan Howard relic. There are manufactured patches or manufactured pins, which typically sell for more than $1 anyways. And these are all cards that I plan to use on my Plinko board in the upcoming show we have at Relics Antique Mall, not this weekend, but the following, the last Friday, Saturday of the month. And again, if you guys are in the area, come by, say hi, check us out. I'll be in the more center of the room splitting a table, and then I'll have my friend with me as well. Stop by, say hi, let's make some deals, let's have some fun. Also been buying from individuals on Facebook Marketplace, and it's hard to find good deals locally, so I've zoomed out my reach within 500 miles. That covers the state of Missouri, and partially, I'd say 20% of all surrounding states. I've had, so far, decent luck finding good stuff. Some people don't want to ship, some people don't mind shipping. I've had some good transparency, some bad transparency. I got an order in yesterday where I had made a deal for some Trevor Lawrence rookies, as well as 9 Justin Fields rookies and 4 autos and jerseys. It was missing the 4 autos and jerseys and the 9 Justin Fields. And at this point, I may very well just have to reach back out to Cash App to get half my money back, just to pay them for the Lawrences and to get money back for me for the missing Fields, autos, and relics. I also have been experiencing a lot of ghosting, where I tried to buy a collection of 150,000 cards in 50 monster boxes. 45, I did the math, would fit in my car. I could probably fit all 50. I don't love how I would have had to fit them. I measured, I put in the time, I discussed it with them. There were no autos or jerseys or anything, but with 150,000 cards, there's bound to be more than $250, which was the buy price, in that collection. And so I kept asking, when can I pick it up? What day can I pick it up? What time can I pick it up? And they're reading the messages. I had already told him I'd get it. And by this point, I'm literally being ghosted. So that kind of stinks. I'm learning quickly that you can't get excited about a collection. The final thing that we're going through right now is we did a break yesterday. And it honestly wasn't that bad. Our Bowman was awesome. We pulled a QB to 10. And then our auto was a gold to 50. So that was really cool to experience. We ripped, I think, 4 or 5 products. Our helmet was awesome. It was a Brian Robinson Jr. For those of you who don't remember, he was the individual who got shot and couldn't start the season on time. So that was very cool to see. But we have no break this coming Saturday. It's a very busy weekend for me. I'm running a garage sale to put some money towards our wedding. And that is something that I've just been literally going to Facebook Marketplace, grabbing up free stuff, and I'm just going to flip over a weekend. And then after that, we've got the show next weekend, but I do want to do a break the following Saturday. Now, I've discussed a lot with people who listen to this little show or podcast or whatever you want to call it, and people who get into my breaks. And years ago, we started out breaks at $10 each for your team or a random team. And now what I want to do is get around $25 to $30 a spot, and I also want to get better product, and I want to do the math so that a team who, maybe didn't have as good draft picks, or, maybe, they don't have as many hits, their team is less of a cost to them than, let's say, the Texans or the Panthers, who just drafted first-round quarterbacks and basically have a chance of pulling something to, $200, $250 auto, let's say. So I'm going to be looking into the math of doing that today. It is Tuesday. I'm shipping out break stuff this morning after I record this. And that's pretty much all I've personally been up to. Lots of thoughts going through the mind of how we can make the shows better. We can do the shorts. We can do the shows, vlogging, all these things running through my mind, especially distribution. And if you guys know any distributors who work with individuals, that just comment them below and let me know, because that is something I'm also looking into to get you guys better products, better prices for our breaks. But now it's time to talk about what's going on in the hobby world. And I've got 2 things right now. The first thing was Leaf tried to release a Putin versus Zelensky set. The online backlash was insane. I can't believe they actually tried to do something like this personally. Cards and politics don't always mesh well, and I've often found that during the times of election on Twitter, it's just not the best time to go on Twitter. You can always mute those words, of course, so you don't see that stuff, but it seems just that people get outraged a little bit easier during that time, and it's a good time just to either take a break, maybe if you need one, or mute those words so you don't have to deal with it at all. But yeah, that was something they did, and they're putting out some other sets that are just really bizarre. I love their lumber sets and things like that, their legend stuff they do. They may only have to picture the jersey instead of the player and things like that, but Leaf does put out some really good stuff. This just unfortunately was not the best choice, and this was not it. The other item I wanted to talk to you guys about was Victor, and I'm going to completely mispronounce his last name, Wembanyam. inscribing a card, which is to 99, mind you. First card I ever signed. Now, the hobby absolutely loves this, and this card at 99 will go for more than any other card at 99 and maybe any other card out of 50. It is super cool, honestly, for me to see this. A lot of players are starting to actually make these inscriptions. Now, I'm sure as a rookie, I'm not going to say they have more time than a veteran or an all-star or anything like that. But personally, I think it would be the coolest thing to start signing my cards. And if I could just write anything I wanted on it with my name, the sky's the limit on, drawing stuff or, writing just random words that come to mind or whatever. Years ago, there was a guy who wrote "Hi Dad" on a card, and I believe his dad ended up getting that. However, it seems as though a lot of these pictures that make it to us on social media, a lot of these cards never make it to circulation, it seems sometimes, which is kind of odd, or they're still in packs, or somebody pulled them who doesn't have social media. But there's plenty that we haven't seen. Going back to those Hi Dad cards, I know there were a lot of other ones. I remember there was a rocket ship a player drew on one. And then I never saw a single one of the Michael Jordan autographs through the Haynes collection either. So who really knows at this point if these are even making it to circulation? But doing inscriptions for players or having coaches draw their favorite plays like we talked to Ian last week about, and putting that in a card like in Playbook is phenomenal. I've pulled one, I think, out of an old playbook where a player was able to draw their play, and I think it's the coolest thing, honestly. Give them the space if they want to write more, or maybe make a subset that is low numbered to 5 or 10 or 25 or 50 where a player can, write like "Go Cardinals" or "Cards" or, "Hi there" or whatever they want to write, Let them have some fun with it. Draw a smiley face as we've seen players do and just go with it. Next, we're going to talk about upcoming releases for next week. And these are some awesome updates and some awesome cards getting ready to hit the market for you guys. We're going to get Heritage Baseball and Sterling Baseball. And Sterling, for me, is up there with some of the more expensive products. It may not cost as much, but it just looks beautiful year after year to me. I haven't bought it in a long time, but I love it. Recon Basketball, Trilogy Hockey, which I know our hockey guys are really into. Trilogy looks really nice. And Select Soccer. Select is good for all sports, honestly. I've been getting it since it came out. I believe that was back in 2012 or 2013. Always loved it. Their RPAs look great. Typically one a box. And that is pretty much all of next week's releases. Guys, I appreciate you always for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Come along, stick around. We're going to have a grand old time. Don't forget, we do Fridays as giveaways. The videos are typically updated and released on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. And all I do is put out a short video. Last week I asked you guys to name your favorite player. And the more of those you go and comment on, the higher the chance you have of winning. Freebie Friday, every Friday. Make sure you check it out. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel and the video. I will talk to you all next week.